welcome to another episode of Garden's Table with Rose, and I am Rose. So, I am here with hopefully a very quick unboxing video of my new hydroponic gardening system. So, for those of you who don't know already, I am gardening in Zone 6A in Kalamazoo, Michigan, and it is winter here, or soon to be winter, but it's very, very cold. And so obviously the outdoor garden season is over, and so I am trying this winter two different indoor hydroponic gardening systems. The first one is the Rise Garden, which I have an unboxing up, I believe, video unboxing and setup. And the second one, which I just got in the mail, is the Gardyn 3, Gardyn, Gardyn, the third version, the newest version. And I initially was not going to get this one. I had decided on the Rise, but then they had a great Black Friday deal, of course. And so that Black Friday deal, with the subscription for 2 years, and with like some cash back I got from Microsoft or something, it ended up being probably only about $300 more than the Rise Garden. Now, the Rise Garden wasn't cheap either, but this one comes with 2 years worth of free seeds, pods, and so I figured why not try it, and that way I can compare the two. And I have room for both, and I grow a lot of different things, so it definitely won't go to waste. But let me turn the camera around. Okay, so this just came today by FedEx. I would say I ordered this on Sunday, I think. Maybe Sunday, somewhere in there. Sunday or Monday, and it's Thursday, and so it didn't take long at all, even with it being Black Friday and things being backed up. I just opened the top of the box. That's all I've done. So as you can see, it's one box, which I like. One big box. Everything looks nicely packed. There was no damage to the box. It was a little wet on one end, but there was no major. Well, the last box I got with the Rise, which came through FedEx as well, had a big dent in one end of the bottom shelf and in the box. So this one has no damage. But as you can see, these little boxes are numbered. Remove me first, remove me second, remove me third, which is interesting. So let's do this. I'm going to try to do this as quickly as possible because not everybody cares about unboxings. But then I'll come back with part 2. I'm going to try to put these all on one video this time instead of doing 2 parts. So, what is this? This is like a long tube. It's kind of hard for me to take it out in camera. This is a long tube. So, this is one of the tubes where you plant the pods. I don't know how. I think there's 2. Is there 2? I can't quite recall. I think 2. This looks like probably pods. Yeah, these are pods. I guess this is the starter kit. And also, I think this came with like 2 starter kits, 2 different ones, because I picked 2 combinations. So this one has all kinds of things. Arugula, lettuce, chamomile, bok choy. Oh goodness, some kind of flower called gatana, which I've never seen before. Chives, mustard greens, oh, mini strawberries. The other thing I liked about this one is that it does have strawberry pods, but you can get, there's these mini ones, and then I think they have everbearing as well that you have to order separately. Those aren't included in the subscription, but there's kale, jalapenos, chervil, cilantro, and some cherry tomatoes. So there's a little bit of everything in this. That's pretty cool. I like it. Okay. And there's a lot of cardboard in here. Like cushion, I guess the cushion things, but there's a lot of it. Here are the instruction manuals. Not a huge book like the Rise Garden. This is, okay, it has 3 tubes. 3 planting tubes. These are little pamphlets, so I'm happy about that. One is the owner's manual, and one is a care guide. Grow guide, I guess. So that's in there. Let's see what else. Oh, this looks complicated. This all looks complicated, so I'm gonna leave that. Light bars, number 2. Okay. I don't know if you can see that, but there are 2, like, they're gray. Like a gray metallic look for this light bar thing. Let me get that one out of the way. So it's all on the floor. Another big tube, tube number 2. There are 3 of these. I can't get to that one, so let me do number 3. There's a bag here, a little pull string bag, and I'm assuming it has some supplies. I'm gonna assume. I don't even know what this is. I see a little sleeve, a little scooper, some extra things in there. Okay, look at that to the side. And then this is Veg Bloom Tap Hard. And that comes out, number 3, of the unit. Let me break it. Oh, this is the base. This is the base. It's a brown wood. Out of the box. See, this is the base that the 3 tubes will go in, as well as the light bars. I assume will attach here. It's a nice dark brown. I like that. It's a nice deep wood tone, wood grain look brown. I don't know if it's real wood or not. No idea. It looks like it. But yeah, that's that. And I assume the electronics, all of that is under there. So let me put that to the side. And then the 3rd big long tube. Yeah, there's 3 of those. And they're lightweight. I mean, it's like PVC pipe, so it's not hard, heavy at all. This whole box, I picked it up actually and brought it in the house, so I don't know exactly how much it weighs. Maybe 50, 60 pounds. Not much. It definitely was a lot lighter than the Rise box, which actually I think Rise came with more than 1 box. Did I have 2 boxes or 2 or 3 boxes? But anyway, the main box with the Rise was very heavy. I had to kind of slide it into the house instead of lifting it. So this is a lot lighter, which is good. There's a lot of just filler cushiony stuff in here. Lots of cardboard. Here's the water basin. Let's see here. Let me just set this. Yeah, so get back. This is just the bottom water basin, and that lid I'm sure goes on top of that. So let's put that there. And then the remainder are little things. So Y pots, which I assume are the holders that go in those white PVC tubes that then you put the pot inside. And this is just a little power box plug and everything. It's big. It's a big one. But there's that, the plug. And it's part of the plug. And is that it? This is all cardboard. Oh, one more box. Now, I thought I was supposed to get 2 sets of the pods because on the website it had me pick out two combos, and I only see one, so I don't know what that's about. I don't think they combined them all in one box. And then these are just upper structure, it says. So they obviously connects the, I guess the thing gives it stability, connects the top to the top some kind of way. There aren't many parts, as you can see. There's a lot of cardboard, but not many parts. So yeah, I'll be trying to dispose of all this cardboard. I'm glad it was nicely packed. I'm not complaining. It's just a lot of cardboard though. So there weren't many pieces to this. It's mostly cardboard in this box. There's basically 3 big long tubes. The bottom basin, the top to the bottom basin, the 2 light bars, 2 little connectors to connect at the top, and supplies. That's it. I don't think I'm missing anything. Well, that's it. Alright, so the next step is I'm going to put this together. I'm not going to film that because who knows how long that will take. I'm assuming this is going to be a lot quicker to put together than the Rise Garden for sure. So I will put it together probably today and I will be back. Alright, so I am going to put this thing together later on today. And I'll be back once it's all set up and I'll show it to you. It looks like it'll be pretty simple. There aren't many parts to it. The instruction manual is very brief. So who knows, hopefully when I come back, not only will it be put together, but I'll actually have my pods maybe started in there. I don't know if you start them actually in the thing or if they want you to start them somewhere else. I do tend to use a grow dome when I start seedlings and a heat mat. So I don't know. Let's see how they want me to do it when I read the instruction book. Alright, I am back. I'm back with my assembled Gardyn 3 system. Just kinda... I have the lights on because indoors it's just so dark, the video, without bright light coming from somewhere. So maybe I'll turn it off in a second. But yeah, so I will say this was very easy to put together, particularly compared to the Rise Garden, which is the only thing I have to compare it to in terms of these hydroponic gardens. It took me an hour to put this together. You probably could do it in 30 minutes. I went very slowly, but it was very intuitive. You probably could put it together without an instruction manual, just a few pictures. There really was just these 3 big long tubes. Each tube has like 10 pods. And they were assembled except for one piece, and you just screwed that one piece on and then stuck them down in the lid, and everything kind of screws in, snaps in, so to speak. And then these 2 light bars just kind of snapped into these curved brackets at the bottom. And then there was these 2 bars here at the top, which kind of gives it stability, and a little metal rod in the back. And there are these 3 plastic little plugs that you then push in. So, and there's the side of it. And it was very easy to connect this to the app once I got it put together. There's just a code inside of the unit that you enter in the app under the lid here. On the top, it's very clean. As you can see, there's just a power button. It turns the lights on and off. And then there's a hole here to add your water and nutrients. Let me turn the light back on because this looks really dark without it. So I put mine on this little movable plant stand thing that I had sitting around the house. I like to be able to move it freely, especially so I can clean under there. I am not connecting this to a wall, anchoring it to my wall. I'm not putting holes in my wall for this. So it's just sitting on here, and with the water in there, with it full, I mean, I think it's a 5-gallon tank or something. It's pretty stable. Obviously, if you had small kids or, you know, something that you were worried about it being tipped over, then you might want to use the straps and connect it to the wall. But I don't have small children, and my dogs don't bother these kinds of things. So I got the pods in. I did not fill everyone because I used my first month of credits in my subscription service. You get 10 credits a month, which you can then redeem for plant pods. I think fertilizer is in there, And surprisingly, the strawberries were included in terms of you can redeem so many of your credits to get the strawberry plants, which I thought would be an additional cost. So I was very excited. So I ordered some strawberries and something else, maybe some peppers, because I love green peppers. And so I've left 6 slots to put those in, and I figure by the time they get here, these new pots would be germinated, and so that will be a good time to put the strawberries in, because the strawberries will need plant food probably sooner than you know these seeds will. So this unit came with 6 of these little covers, and they are nice to keep it dark when you don't have anything planted in a hole. You don't want algae to grow, so you want to keep things dark. So it came with 6 of those. It came with a little pack of plant food, a little scoop for the plant food, and then a little red sleeve, which I've already misplaced. A little red sleeve that will fit on the end of, oh, I'm wasting water. I want to show you this pot, but it's full of water. On the end of one of these pots, in case you want to take it out and set it on your counter, or use it, or harvest, or whatever you want to do. And that's full of water. Be careful when you take those out, because apparently there's a lot of water that collects in the bottom of these pots. But so yeah, that's all that came with it, in addition to the 30 pot starter set. I think there must have been a glitch on the website, because when I ordered mine, and I have my order confirmation, it said that I was getting 2 starter kits, and I selected 2 different types. So that must have been a glitch, because when I went back later to look at the website, because I only received 1 starter kit in my box, then it just said there was only a selection for 1. So I'm kind of bummed about that. I thought it was like a Black Friday bonus or something. But anywho, I don't think I'll need any more of those pot covers, because I don't plan to really run this thing without it being mostly full. It just doesn't seem cost effective to run it for just a few plants. So 30 pods here. I had a big selection of things, as I showed you in the last segment. So I planted just a little bit of everything here. I tried to plant the taller things like the peppers and the cherry tomatoes at the bottom, and skipped a couple of slots, which I will leave open to give them some space to spread out. And then with the app looks well done. I mean, I played around in it. There's not a lot to do with it, because I just set it up, but the app is pretty intuitive. It's easy to use. I like that you can use it to not only check the water level, but you can use it to set a light schedule, and maybe a water schedule. I didn't try that. I did set my own light schedule, because I have certain times I just don't want it to be on, because the light is really bright, and you know, you need light for like 14 to 16 hours on these things. So I set my own timer system up. The timer is a little weird, because you can't go more than 11 hours, I think it is, in one timer. So obviously you want your lights on like 16 hours. You need to set at least 2 timers. So with the app, you can set your own light schedule. I think you can set your own water schedule, which I didn't try to do that. It has an automated mode for these things, so it's very user-friendly for someone who's never gardened or anything before. It can actually determine the light schedule that's appropriate and the watering schedule, so you really don't have to do much other than open up the app and do whatever it says, which, you know, maybe add water, add fertilizer. But I let the water do its own thing. Now, the nice thing about this automated watering system is that this thing isn't on all the time. The pump isn't on all the time. With that rise garden that I have, it stays on 24/7. The water is constantly circulating, so there's a constant sound from it, like a babbling brook, as I described it before, which to me is nice. It's soothing. I like fountains. But if that sound bothers you, that could be an issue. Well, with this, it comes on and off. So because these seeds are just in the germination phase, they don't need a lot of water. So it basically only comes on, it seems like, once a day. And it's a little bit louder than the Rise Guard when it does come on, but it's just once a day. And for however many minutes it is set up to run to get the pods wet, but then it cuts off. So most of the time there's no noise, which is kind of nice if that's something that would bother you. Now this unit is in my kitchen, so that's not a big deal because, you know, it's the kitchen. You expect noise there. So I have it in a very tiny area, just a little bitty, little bitty, itty bitty nook in the kitchen. It's a little bit over 2 feet wide, it looks like, and about a foot deep. So it fits nicely in this little corner. Perfect. Now, trying to think. The only concern I have is maybe cleaning, because these sections, this is like a 6-inch section, and each one of these unscrews. It's like they all screw together to make this long tube, which there's pluses and minuses to that, obviously. I mean, you can't take them apart, so you can get more into each crevice, but at the same time, now there's like, I don't know, at least 30 tubes to clean. And I'm worried about things getting in these seams because they just kind of twist into place with each other. So I don't know about the cleaning. That was one of the big deterrents with me for this system. The Rise is a flat tray, so I like that because that's a flat tray is easy to clean versus tubes that twist together. So we'll have to see how that goes. But this thing is sleek. It has a minimalist design, if that's your thing. It's non-intrusive. It doesn't really, you know, it's aesthetically pleasing. There's no eyesore here, I don't think. So I like it so far. The app, you can order your monthly pods if you have the subscription, or I guess if you just want to pay the full price to order them, which I wouldn't recommend because they're like $5 a piece. But if you have a subscription, they're discounted, and you have 10 credits a month that you can use with free shipping to get more pods, so you can have a constant supply. So I'm actually liking the subscription a lot more than I thought I would. I just saw it as overpriced in a way to get you locked into a subscription service, which bugs me. I don't like things that require you to use only their product, and so you're kind of stuck and locked in. Yeah, I don't like those so much, but I do like the convenience. I do like the knowing that you can have your 10 credits a month and pick out the things you want. They have an extensive library of seeds and pods, so I am really excited about trying some things I never even heard of before. And apparently they keep adding, it looks like, so that is great to prevent boredom and keep people interested. In terms of accessories, I did order a couple of things. I went back on the website and I ordered these little silicone covers that go over the square where the rock wool is, and that's to keep light out once the plants germinate. I will put those on. Just little things to try to inhibit some of the algae growth if that's going to happen. And let's see, I ordered the microgreens nursery, which was expensive. I mean, the whole kit was like $100. So it's a little tray, a little nursery tray, basically like a tray with a humidity dome. And but it also comes with inserts where you can do microgreens in that tray. And I like microgreens. I mean, I've grown them in the past just on a tray of, you know, potting mix or whatever, indoors. But this way I can have a little unit and it can sit on the base, I believe, of this unit to get the light. And they're good, you know, to add to sandwiches and wraps and eggs, and if you do smoothies. So I wanted to try those. So I'm adding that. And that's about all I've gotten and plan to get for accessories. I imagine at some point you will need to tie certain things to these columns, like your taller things, your tomatoes. If you do cucumbers or eggplants, they tend to be stalky. So you might need to tie them to give them some added support. And they do sell these silicone clear ties, which aesthetically probably look good because it kind of blends in. But I'm going to use my own elastic garden tie stuff that I typically use outside. So I don't think I have anything else to add. I'll be back maybe in a month to show you an update of just what's happened, what kind of growth. I have a bunch of different things in there, from lots of lettuce, because these things are good for leafy greens primarily. So lots of lettuces and leafy greens, but then I also have mini strawberries that came with my starter kit. I've ordered actual, I guess, ever-bearing strawberries. There were a couple of flower pods that came in, so I think I did plant one of those, the Gardyn, which is, I think, is calendula. I looked it up. It's like a dwarf version. So I will come back in a month and let you know how all that went. I even have peppers in here, obviously, and cherry tomatoes too. So I'm very excited so far. I am loving this system. I have the Rise Garden 3-tier family garden, which I also just got about 2 weeks ago. And I tell you that they both have so many pluses and only a couple of minuses with both systems. But it's hard to tell which one I like better at this point, because they are both strong in certain areas, and I'm excited. So I shall be back with an update on this system. I will do another video update on the Rise Family Garden system. So until then, take care. Bye bye.